One take, one shot. This is the review series of SmackDown where I do it all in one take, one shot. So if a gaggle of ninjas attack me, I can't say cut. I have to keep going. And you'll see that I do my own stunts. Gaggle of ninjas. There's a phrase I never thought I'd say again. You don't know my backstory. Okay, anyways, I want to start off with talking about the belt giveaway. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away a belt. And some people have asked, wait a second, Chop, I've seen you with the World Championship, the big gold belt, the undisputed belt, the Stone Cold Steve Austin belt, the NXT belt, the WWE Championship belt. What belt are you giving away? Your pick. If you win, you get to pick the belt that you want, and then I will ship it to you free of charge. So I'm giving away, if you see me holding a belt, it's eligible to be picked if you win when I hit 20,000 subscribers. So make sure you're commenting on every video because every video is a new entry. You comment below, you subscribe to the channel, and you also hit that bell notification. Ding, 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 ding. Trying to quit the day job. So give me a like so we get that engagement out there. And yeah, it's WrestleMania season, baby. You can win. Comment below and let's get started. Gotta put this down. Oh, ninjas, attack, attack, attack. All right. Don't worry, I fended them off. Let's get going. So, pardon my phone here. We can't stop. We got to keep going. We got LA Knight attacks Tama Tonga. Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, they come out of their car. Where's Jacob Fatu? Not there. And then Tama says, oops, forgot something, goes back. LA Knight attacks him. He throws him into another car, slams the car on his wrist, and I'm like, come on. He had to go to a local medical facility. I'm like, that's what's taking him out. Whatever. LA Knight takes out Tama Tonga, and that's how we start. Solo Sikoa should have ran after LA Knight, but he didn't. Then we have Seth Rollins comes out. He comes out, he's not dressed like, a space alien like Mork or Mindy, and he, why am I referencing a 70s show? Come on, Ken, with the times. Seth Rollins, he goes out, the crowd starts singing or chanting CM Punk, so he sits cross-legged, and he proceeds to cut an amazing and awesome promo. A little delusional at times when he was like, this will determine the fate of the business. How does this triple threat determine the fate of the business? It doesn't. However, that said, I'm going to say that this was a banger of a promo. I love when Seth gets serious. Why so serious, Seth? Because he was mad. He definitely brought up AEW. Didn't say those three letters, but he definitely brought up AEW. And he talked about Dean Ambrose. Very, very awesome. Loved it. And he talked about how Roman Reigns doesn't care about the fans, but at least Roman Reigns not a hypocrite. He doesn't say he cares about the fans like CM Punk. Because Seth was literally saying, no, Seth, no, CM Punk, you care about the paycheck, not the fans. Don't pretend. But Roman, you don't care about nothing but Roman. And yeah, so that is it. Yes, we are recording. Woo! But yeah, so Seth Rollins does just a banger of a promo. This was really, really good. And that was it. Paul Heyman on a pole match. That's our go home segment. Well, there's actually a music video later on that is amazing. That is awesome. Unlike the Cody Rhodes music video from like a week or two ago, it actually showcased all three participants and Paul Heyman. So like that's how you do a video package for a feud. You hype up everybody in the feud, not just the person you want to glaze. That said, we're moving on. Seth Rollins, he ends with ha ha ha, and good segment. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The first hour cooked. Oh yeah, by the way, I started the yawn counter. I yawned 9 times in this show, which kind of is like misleading because I actually really liked this SmackDown. I know, it's really cool to hate on WWE right now, but I gotta call a spade. Hey, you Spade over there, you're a Spade. I actually enjoyed this SmackDown. It was like the middle hour is where the majority of my yawns came in though, and it did. If this had been a 2-hour show, it would have been perfect. But because it was 3 hours, there were segments that dragged. So I like the show, though. I did really enjoy myself. You want to know how many chops I got? There's a lot more of the review to go, but honestly, if you need to go to bed, then how many chops was that? Eight chops. Don't count that. Don't go back and count that because I lost count. 8 chops. 8 out of 10 chops was this SmackDown. A very good go-home show for SmackDown. And you can, like, Triple H definitely needed to be criticized because he woke up, even though he says that the internet's not real people. I believe that Triple H got a little, like, I don't know, he probably got a little bitter and was like, I'll show them, I'll write a good show. Uh-oh, Triple H, you sure showed us by writing a very good show. You know what? Criticize Triple H more if this is what we get. I know there are still some people who did not like the show, and that's perfectly okay. If you did not like the show, then you didn't like the show. But I personally like the show, and that's perfectly okay too. So now we go into the Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And this thing is usually just a nothing, just a big old nothing burger. But, woo, buddy, I'll tell you what, this might be the best Battle Royal I have ever seen in my life. I know, believe it or not, better than the time that the Great Khali won the World Championship. Hard to believe anything could ever top that, but this one was so good. The only one that I could see maybe ever tops this was the first Andre the Giant Battle Royal when Cesaro won. But honestly, all I remember from that is when Cesaro threw the Big Show over and crowning Cesaro, me thinking that, yes, finally, Cesaro's push has come. Other than that, I don't remember nothing. So maybe it's recency biased, or maybe it's just the fact that this was so amazing, but it was. It started off, there were storylines. This was like a great mid-card Royal Rumble. There are multiple storylines, multiple threads throughout the entire thing. I highly, highly recommend going back and watching this. I said that it needed to go to either Carmelo Hayes or Karrion Kross, Ludwig Kaiser when I found out he was in it, and then I kind of thought they would give it to Phoenix, right? Phoenix. I was hoping they wouldn't, but I was hoping it was going to be Karrion Kross or Carmelo Hayes, and it was Carmelo Hayes, and it was so freaking good. We had R-Truth and Carmelo do a spot, not R-Truth and Carmelo, R-Truth and Carlito do a spot in the beginning. Phoenix looked really good throughout. Ludwig also looked good throughout. We had progression of Chad Gable and his fight against Luchadors. Chad Gable's eliminated, unfortunately. God, man, you know, first he's off the card of WrestleMania, and then he can't even win the Battle Royal, but thankfully Americana Grande Americana comes in and he gets some revenge and he eliminates Phoenix. So Phoenix looks strong because it was outside interference. And then we have Carmelo Hayes and Andrade at the end. I feel bad for Andrade because the guy's talented. The guy is super talented, but he just doesn't fully connect. And I bet he's so frustrated about that. And I don't blame him for being frustrated, but I'll tell you what, I would have been okay with an Andrade win, but I was definitely rooting for Carmelo Hayes here, and he did win. It was like, I was like, yes, I was pumped about it. Perfect victory for him. The Miz actually did a spot too where he sacrificed himself basically to make sure Melo won, and I love that. I can't wait for Melo to turn on the Miz. Or the Miz to turn on Melo. But yeah, that's sure. Melo don't Miz. And yeah, this was just so good. I need to go back and look at even more of the story threads throughout this, because there were other ones too. Santos Escobar and Rey Fenix. A lot of stories progressed here with just like a battle royal of all things. Loved it. Great call. This was a picture perfect booking, I cannot praise it enough. If I was to give this chops, it would be 10 out of 10 chops, this Battle Royal. Then after we had this great segment, Triple H then even, topped himself, did something even greater than the Battle Royal of Triple H Hall of Fame video package. Did you girls know that Triple H is going into the Hall of Fame? I know, shocking. I'm so glad that he reminds us every week on every show. Like, geez, dude, calm down. We get it. You're awesome. You're great. You're a legend. Jeez Louise. Now we're going to critique you a little more, Triple H, and I know that's going to bug you. You're not real people. So Triple H is going to the Hall of Fame. Then we go to Rhea Ripley. This segment was cool. This segment was unique. This segment was a little weird. Rhea Ripley comes out. I don't think Rhea Ripley is that great on the mic. I really don't. If you take away the mommy's on top, then you don't really got nothing. And I'm not saying that a catchphrase is bad. Definitely latch on to a catchphrase, but you got to have a little more in the bank for your interview time. However, they kept it to 2 minutes, which was good, because she can only go about 2 minutes, maybe 3, before she starts being a little warrior, let's get on the plane, hide the pilots. No, Rhea Ripley did a good job for the time she got. Then Io Sky comes out right before she gets to talk. Bianca comes out. I kind of didn't like that. I really, really don't like the women's championship, the title being so overlooked. I get it. It probably means she's gonna win because Rhea and Bianca are gonna be so focused on each other that Io will probably get some kind of roll up, and I don't want that. For the record, I want Bianca to win, but that's what I think is going to happen now. I did a prediction video, and now I'm changing my prediction to Io Sky, and I hate that. I want Bianca to win. That said, Bianca comes out, and they start to talk, and then something real happened. Something realistic happened. Naomi appeared. And Naomi's like, oh, you come to SmackDown, and you're not answering my calls? Naomi's character right now, hang on. Sorry. Naomi's character right now is just crazy, right? I could totally see her just like every waking hour blowing up Bianca's phone, and Bianca's like, I can't deal with this. I just cannot deal with that psycho right now. And so the moment Bianca comes out, I could totally see someone in the mindset of Naomi saying, hey, we gotta talk. It doesn't matter if there's 2 storylines happening right now. I didn't know which one to do, so I was just like, But it doesn't matter if there's multiple storylines right now. Naomi is such a hero in her story that it's just like she needs to talk to Bianca. They just need to talk. They're friends. Bianca, you gotta understand, I did this for us. And then Rhea and Io are just kind of on the sidelines, which further progresses that Io is just kind of a nothing player in this. Don't get mad. People seem to get really, really upset with me when I say anything bad, or not even when I say anything bad, but when I say anything not overly positive about Rhea, Io, and Jey Uso, okay? They're fine characters. They are fine characters. Love you 3, but it diminished Io more. It diminished Rhea even than just, well, I guess Rhea, I could see just kind of laughing at Bianca about it, but Io, it just made me forget about Io even more, which is not a place where she needs to be. But Naomi comes, and then Jade comes. Jade does get a hold of, no. At first, Naomi runs away. And then Rhea gets in the way of Jade, which I loved. And then Naomi circles back and pushes Jade into Bianca. And then we get the fight. We get Jade and Naomi kind of fighting. And then we get Bianca and Rhea kind of fighting. And then what happens is pull apart brawl. Io does the one thing that she does throughout the every single time I think I've seen this feud, it always ends with Io jumping off the top rope. And that's just like, why did we put her in this if we weren't going to write her to be a strong champion? And I hate that the title is being so overlooked, but I did love Naomi at the same time. So there are definitely pros and cons to this segment. Then we get Gable and the LWO. They have, well, it's not really the LWO, it's Dragon Lee, Rey Fenix, Rey Mysterio, and then American Made minus Ivy Nile. And they talk and they say, let's have a match, which is, I wish they wouldn't have, because Rey Mysterio actually got injured. We'll talk about that later. Motor City Machine Guns versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Street Profits. I still hate the Street Profits music. It's very low energy compared to the high energy of Montez Ford. This match was nothing special, unfortunate. I don't know what happened, and this is when I started yawning. That first hour was fire, but this is when the yawn counter started ticking upwards, and it sucked. Eventually, though, throughout the match, it was decent. No, nothing too memorable, but then DIY came out, stole the belts, and attacked everybody. It was like, these are mine. Love DIY and how, delusional they are. Sorry, I'm sweating. I think my air might be on the fritz, but let's get done with this. We have, they take the belts, they run away with it. That's all I really got to say about that. Randy Orton comes out. He does an open challenge. I am really beginning to think it's KO. I am really beginning to think that KO is working us. I hope he is. I really, really hope he is. And I mean no disrespect if KO is actually injured, and I hope he has a speedy recovery. However, yesterday, WWE.com, they advertised him having an appearance today on Friday at a T-Mobile or a Mint something, I don't know, at some kind of event. If you go to my Twitter, you'll see it. So I'm hoping that it's all a work. And Randy Orton, he did an open challenge. Anybody can come down, and how awesome will it be if KO actually comes down? It'll be despicable, and suffering succotash. It's going to be very despicable, and it's going to be very awesome at the same time, because how could you KO do that to us? How could you play with our emotions? We believed you. We were praying for you. And yes, that's heel stuff right there. Hopefully on multiple levels, storyline wise and just as a human wise, that KO is just working us and he's just a giant jerk. But if he isn't, then for real, KO, you're a legend, and I wish you the best and well wishes. We then go to a Damian Priest promo, kind of like his terror twin. Damian Priest isn't that great on the mic. He seems a little too proper for me. I feel like he should be a little more street. He says he's the king of the streets, then maybe be more street, be more street, and you'll be a little more vicious. He talks about Drew McIntyre. I think he had one good line in there, but I can't even remember really what it is. So that just means it wasn't that good. In the moment it was, but now maybe not so much. But he has a promo, says he's going to fight Drew McIntyre. You're not ready for me, Drew. And okay, cool. They had a little thing going on at the pre-show, the kickoff show earlier in the day on the YouTube channel, but I don't know, not a great go home segment for their feud, but whatever. We have we have Zelina Vega. She defeats Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green earlier went to Nick Aldis and said, we got a problem with what happened last week. And Nick Aldis is like, okay, I got a problem with it too. Tell you what, you can finish your match with her, and then I'm going to bar these two, the Secret Hervis, from ringside. Chelsea didn't like that. Then we had Zelina Vega versus Chelsea, and I heard last week it was a botch, and that Chelsea didn't make the 10 count in time, and the ref actually counted to 10 for real and had to count her out. So I bet this week is what was supposed to happen last week, because they even started with the same throw the I don't know, it's a dress thing that goes on a dress and it looks like a wedding kind of thing. It's not a shawl, but it's like the fluffy stuff at the bottom of a dress, and she threw it at Zelina Vega just like she did last week. So I think this week was the match that they were supposed to have last week. Problem with that is when Zelina Vega won, Well, she should have got the championship. This was a non-title match. They didn't announce whether it was a title match or they didn't say non-title either. So I think we all just assumed. So it was kind of weird when she won and that no one said anything about the U.S. going to Zelina Vega. And it's like fine, whatever. There are non-title matches, but if we're gonna go with the storyline and stay within the context, the canon of said universe of the WWE, well, she should have won the title. This should have been a title match. I'm glad she didn't win it because I love Chelsea Green as the U.S. champion. I pledge allegiance to Chelsea Green. But the fact that Zelina Vega won by a countout last week means she should have been given a title match this week. Now, I know what they're doing. They're probably going to give it to her next week or in the future because she won tonight. But the fact that she won last night or last week should have got her done this week. Does that make sense? So, anyways, let's just move on. WWE sometimes, we're not real anyways. The internet's not real. If you are watching this, you aren't actually a real person, according to Triple H. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's probably best that you don't. Then we have Tiffany Stratton. She does a promo. Tiffany's not great on the mic either. I thought she was, but her as Money in the Bank and champion has exposed that she is not fully ready, which is okay. She is a rookie. So don't hear me saying, oh, Tiffany sucks. No, hear me saying Tiffany's not great on the mic yet, and she's not ready for the position she is in. But that can change. That can change. She can be ready sooner than later. Right now, she's in the fire, so maybe by the time this is all said and done, she is ready. But that's okay. Again, sometimes you just need an extra couple months to get where you need to be. And she's not exactly where she needs to be right now, but this promo segment was good. And it's kind of funny, though, because they were blurring the line of kayfabe and real life. And that means if it's kayfabe, that's for your audience in attendance, but real life is for the internet. And I thought Triple H didn't book for the internet. I thought we weren't real people. And yet, Triple H, your Tiffany segment, which was really good, was all directed towards us non-people in the internet land. Am I a little bitter about Triple H? Yes. Yes, I am. And I'm going to take every shot that I can. Bang, bang. Okay, so then we go from the Tiffany promo to the Luchadors versus American Made. It was a decent match. Rey Mysterio did get injured at some point. I can't remember exactly when I realized it, but I do remember looking one time and being like, wait, where's Rey Mysterio and why is he just on the ground? I could see someone talking to him and I was like, that's not good. That's not good. They finished the match and the Luchadors won, which is whatever, because Chad Gable is he's in a program where he can't win against Luchadors, but Grande Americana can. I really hope that Rey Mysterio is okay for tomorrow. But, I don't know. This will be a good opportunity for Dragon Lee or Rey Fenix to get a spot on the card, but I hate for someone to get on the card to have their WrestleMania moment at the expense of somebody else, but the show must go on, and that sucks. Rey Mysterio, I wish you the best and speedy recovery. The one spot, though, if we're going to talk the match itself, the one spot that I thought was wait a second, they either need to keep doing that, but make that the finish, or don't do that again. They had a triple flying headbutt on Dragon Lee, I think, or Phoenix. It was amazing, but that it's not realistic that didn't take you out. That's a finisher right there. A triple headbutt off the top rope. They should have ended the match. But regardless, it ended with Dragon Lee winning. I could tell that, or Dragon Lee or Phoenix winning. I could tell that was not the plan to finish, but they had to call it. They had to call it in the ring because Rey got hurt. So speedy recovery to Rey. This is where we get the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk promo video. Very good stuff. I think it was a heavy metal song or Metalhead. I think Metalhead or something, the guys who did it. I didn't really recognize the song, and it wasn't I don't know. It was a good video package. It wasn't as good as Biscuit rocking and Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I don't think anything ever will be. So I guess I should compare it to something else. But it was good. It was good. It was great. It was awesome. Whatever. And then with 15 minutes to go, Cody Rhodes comes out. He has a suit on, and I'm like, ooh, this is gonna kind of suck. He has a suit on. Right before he talks, John Cena comes out. John Cena then comes out and says, "Let me talk, boy." And John Cena proceeds to just, kind of do his thing. He's cooking. He's on fire. And then Cody gets a turn to speak. And here's the crazy thing. The crowd is booing Cody. Again, weird, because Triple H says that it's only the fans in attendance that matter, and his attendance was booing Cody Rhodes. Now, Cody, though, unlike Triple H, didn't then go and blame the fans for booing. No, Cody Rhodes just went on and started talking, and he won the crowd over. I know, we all want to hate Cody Rhodes right now, but, let's give the guy some props. He was straight up getting booed against John Cena, and he turned it around, got cheers, got Cena booed again. That's impressive, and this isn't the first time he's done it. He did it last time they were face to face. Cody Rhodes is really good when he has a really good opponent. Cody Rhodes is only really weak when his opponent isn't at a certain level. So Cody Rhodes and John Cena, they cooked each other, and Cody Rhodes said he started making fun of John Cena, but in a way that nobody has yet. How John Cena is his face is melting, his neck and stuff. And I'm not a huge fan of that, but at the same time, Cody was going he was getting visceral, so I did kind of like it. I'm a little torn on that, but it did get the desired effect. And he even threw in a deep cut, saying that he was whiter or paler than Sting at Starrcade '97, and that's a deep cut, because if we go all the way back, that's flashbacks. If we go all the way back to '97, that's when Sting was supposed to take the title off of Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, after a 1.5 year long build. And the rumor is that Hogan was like, "Oh, this doesn't work for me, brother. He's not even tan." After not wrestling for a 1.5 years, Sting came in, and they were like, he's not in the right headspace, and you can see that because of his tan. He's not tan. And so that's what Cody Rhodes was referencing. And he did it so quick that if you didn't understand it, it didn't ruin the promo for you. You could just laugh at him making fun of John Cena's appearance and everything. And so maybe Cody Rhodes is saying, you're not ready for this either. It was good. It was good. They went at each other. I highly recommend this promo battle. And it was equal, or it was at least equal to the last one. I'm not sure which one was better, but finally they did go at each other, and finally John Cena mentioned The Rock. Now, he didn't say why. He did not say why he sold his soul to The Rock, but he did finally mention The Rock. And basically he also said that he's going to cheat to win. He's going to do whatever it takes to win, and he will win. This Cody Rhodes did stand tall, and that makes everyone believe that Cody Rhodes is now going to lose, because if you stand tall, usually going into the PLE, you lose. I don't think that's the case all the time, though. So I know that is the standard play by WWE, but that's not the case all the time. So I wouldn't, don't totally write it off. I've seen it happen where you've walked into the PLE, the standing tall on the show before, and then you win the PLE. It's confusing, but it happens. So I still think John's going to win, though. John Cena's going to win. This was good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chops. 8 chops out of 10. If it wasn't for that middle hour, I would have probably given it at least a 9. I really enjoyed myself here. This was a good SmackDown. Go out of your way to watch the Seth Rollins promo, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and the John Cena Cody Rhodes promo. This was definitely a good go home show. Was it the greatest of all time? No. I was hoping The Rock would show up. I was hoping for 3 more Triple H Hall of Fame video packages. But those omissions aside, 8 out of 10 chops. Boys, girls, we're going to do hot takes tomorrow. Then we're going to do a live stream for WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2. Each night, I'll try to do hot takes as well. This is a crazy weekend, and let's keep the channel growing. I had KB, the subscriber, she knocked some sense into me during the chat. I was like, oh man, after WrestleMania, we're going to slow down. No, we're not. We're not slowing down, baby. We're gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off. The channel is gonna grow at a monumental pace, and I hope you're along for that ride. Boys, girls, have yourselves a great day and an even better WrestleMania weekend. Whoa, WrestleMania!